We're going to do live very soon. 1, 2, 3, we're live. Hey, good morning. It's 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. I'm Greg Mester, Agile Coach and Scrum Master here on 5 a.m. Mester Scrum. This is our episode 124, and we talk about Agile and Scrum in a practical and tactical way, and to get you home to your family and friends to do some fun things. I got a lot of stuff to do this weekend. It is Saturday, about 6:13, so we're a little bit later than normal. I figured Saturday, browse around LinkedIn, see what's going on. Watched a little video of these little kids. One little brother or somebody was making breakfast or lunch for their brother, and they were doing the walk thing, and the little tiny brother no thumbs up. I was just laughing. I got a kick out of that. So that's the international sound. This is good, and they all know to do it on the video, which I thought was hilarious. It's amazing what can get brought up in society and what that means. And I guess it's universal everywhere because the thumbs up is good, right? Everybody knows what that means. So think about what we're gonna do today. I had some things. I'm gonna try to do some things tomorrow with some actual objects and talk about sizing and maybe do some Lego stuff tomorrow. I get to go to the store with kids and buy a couple of Lego packages, and I'll show you what it would go and happen. Today though, I'm gonna keep it light. I just want to talk about making commitments and how the impact is. I did clips yesterday of negotiating with your product owner. I put one out yesterday, and the benefits of meeting commitments. And then the other thing I'm going to talk about, I'll just talk about a little story about myself. And maybe it'd be good, bad, I don't know. But so first off, we'll go right into, and please like and subscribe and do the little thumbs up, right? And ring the little bell in YouTube if you don't mind, and we'll go from there. So first thing to talk about is making commitments. And I put the clip out the other day and how I helped a team who was very shy on asking the product owner if they were flexible on a bug and putting something out because the code worked per the old original requirement was. We had a new way of doing things, and most of it worked. They just couldn't get this one functionality work, but they were like, yeah, we can live without it. It's okay. It's not a big deal. And they just made a promise to do it later. Now the key, so we always talk about trust, right? And we always talk about trusting the bosses, trusting the people up, and make sure we have that trust above. It's also a trust sideways. And so you have a trust between your team, right? And that you trust your bosses to back you and everything like that. But the one trust we don't talk about a lot in here, and this is a little different. So what I talk about this show comes with different angles and things, is the trust the bosses have on their teams, or the trust the PO has on the teams, or the trust outside organization has with the people inside the organization. So it's not always the people in the organization have to develop a trust with everybody outside. A lot of times it's the outside folks have to develop a level of trust with the people on the inside. And that's what they don't talk about a lot in these conversations, right? What I mean is the reason the product owner was able to say yes and be flexible in changing because there was a trust in the team that the team pretty much delivers what they say they're going to commit to. So now when the team needs some relaxation of what needs to be done or needs a little adjustment, the team can ask for the adjustment. I mean, it's perfectly legit. And what made it easier for the product owner to do it is the product owner trusts what the team was saying because the team has been delivering its commitments. So let's listen to, so you're listening to what I'm saying. It's a two-way street, right? And people don't tell you that. The team has to meet its commitments like, hey, I think it's going to take 2 days. It's got to take 2 days. I think we get this much done in the sprint. They consistently get that much stuff done in the sprint. Not saying they get everything done in the sprint. It would be great. Awesome. It's really important. There's days when you don't make it. There's days when you do more. But to be consistent within that less than 5% of the time that you're always meeting your commitment, maybe something just rolls off the side, or maybe there's a bug we just couldn't fix and we need to fix the next sprint. It's okay. It's okay, right? However, the outside people have developed a good trusting relationship and trust what the team says. They do what they say. And that's why I say you don't want to overcommit so that you can consistently of meeting your commitment with the outside folks, and then they trust you more, and you have a much better working relationship. That gets at a whole negotiation part. No more negotiation. It's a collaboration. Collaboration only works if the organizations trust each other. It's very important. It's very key. Thumbs up, trust, collaboration. Got to trust each other, right? That's a double thumbs up like the kid. But that's the key. And if you don't get there, you're not going to get all the other stuff that they talk about that actually work. So I just wanted to give that out there. Again, trust is a two-way street, and you don't get collaboration unless both parties trust each other. And the collaboration between yourself and the customer has to trust that what you say you'll deliver, right? You can't say I do something and never deliver and then don't understand why the customer doesn't trust you. It don't work that way. Maybe at home, I don't know. But in real life, it doesn't work that way. If you don't deliver, they're not going to trust you what you say. So that is the point I want to talk about from an Agile perspective. Now, my little story, I'm just going to make it brief. I'm not going to go. I can tell you, if you saw one of my LinkedIn posts, I have like hundreds. I think I counted 80 some odd plus career jobs over my lifetime. And one of them I got, and it's Thanksgiving, right? So I got my UPS cup. I still had this. So this little UPS cup, I drink out of this on the weekends. And the reason why I drink out of this one on the weekends, besides it has a lot of coffee in it, and it's just, I get to relax and enjoy my coffee. Years ago, I had a company. Started one of my first companies while I was a government employee, side thing. Spent a lot of money way before all this stuff happens here, right? This was like 1999, in fact, is when I started the company. So the company's like 20 years old right now. It's still here, still exists. It just doesn't do anything. I'm going to bring it back. It's coming. It's one of the things I'm bringing up. This whole thing is helping me get there. Trying to figure out how everything works now. Because when I did it, I had email marketing, I had all that. I had at least 30,000 views to 60,000 views a month, depending on the month and what was going on what I was creating. And it was totally legit, and it wasn't like it is today where you see crud up there. So it was doing really good. And then 9/11 hit. I was still working. And then no one wanted to do anything outside. No one wanted to go out and do anything, right? But I had to quit my job because I was getting so far in debt. I don't know if I'd ever pass the financial background check. Look at you owe like $60,000 in advertising money. I know. Back then it was very expensive. Now it's dirt cheap. People are you'd be amazed how cheap it is to get advertising. So the reason why I drink out of this, because I hit really rough. I had to go get a side job to pay bills, right? To pay my mortgage on my house, because I almost had to declare bankruptcy. And during the holidays, and this is where this one really comes in, I had to crawl in the belly of the aircraft and do the UPS stuff. So UPS at the time was the only thing. There was no Amazon, right? Amazon really, well, I guess there was Amazon. Amazon books, a little bit. Because remember, I used to have those things on my website. And it would make a couple bucks selling books. And I crawled around the belly airplane during Thanksgiving and the holidays. And, I was probably the thinnest I was during that time because I wasn't eating much. I maybe had a half a sandwich a day. It was really tight. So this reminds me of those times. It's amazing when you don't have money, you're nice and thin. When you have money, you get fat. You become the bubbly Buddha, right? The jolly Buddha. But anyway, reminds you of stuff when you had tough times and where you are now, and that you don't want to go back to those, right? Or you want to progress. What made me drive to get that hunger to go do stuff? A little bit of that crawling in the barrel airplane while I'm watching these lobster crates getting loaded in for Thanksgiving holiday, right? And they did call me back to come back and work with them because I worked my butt off and I don't cause trouble. But I wasn't what I wanted to do. It was a good experience. I learned a lot about logistics. I tell you, you have no idea what goes on in the UPS, the Amazon world until you crawl in the belly in an airplane from I think it was like 9 o'clock to 2 o'clock in the morning every night, and loading up all the stuff for the next day errors, ship out around the country and everything. It's a lot to learn. But anyway, it just reminds me of where I was, what happened, and that, I want to progress from there. So slowly but surely over the years, since that was like, I want to say 2004, 2005. So it was almost 15 years ago. It took me 15 years to start building back my money up and working different jobs, find my way. And I think now it's time to get back and do it. So we'll see what happens. Cheers to everyone. Happy Thanksgiving, because I was down there working in the Bellied aircraft around Thanksgiving, Christmas, holidays, shipping stuff all around the world. And cheers to you. Enjoy the holidays coming up. Hope you have some fun with family and friends. I hope you get new ideas to say, hey, if my company goes under and I get laid off, what are you going to do, right? Do you have enough self-sufficiency to go on and have enough to promote and do what you need to do? Build your skill sets up. It's all good stuff, man, because you can always come back and get another job. There's jobs out there for everybody, even in a tough time. You just need to make it through the real tough time, and you'll get there. Anyway, my little story, my little cup reminds me of the tough times I had in the past, and where we're going to from there. So with that, hey, I want to give you all a thumbs up. You're all awesome for watching the show, sharing, giving thumbs up, right? And then liking the little bell. I'm going to put a bunch of clips out today, and I want to say happy scrumming to everybody, and keep on trying, even in the tough times, you'll make it through, because I did. I'm back from where it was. It took a while, but slow and steady to get to where you are, right? And, happy holidays for those that are celebrating them, and happy upcoming Thanksgiving. Hope you do some fun things with your family and friends. Take care. Bye.